We just learned that in the case of missing and murdered 13-year-old Hailey Dunn, that Sean Atkins has been arrested and charged with murder. No other details at this point are known. And in reviewing the case and looking back over the years, we had a great deal of analysis on this. And what we had learned is relevant. Billie Jean Dunn, the mother, has not been arrested as of yet. And I think there is cause for arrest. Whether she'll be charged or not is up to the prosecutors, whether they feel they can prove the case or not. But taking a look back over the case, I'd like to cover something very briefly for you to consider. For those of you not familiar, there was a show called The Nancy Grace Show. It was a fascinating show. It combined the skill of some theatrics with news reporting. It was passionate. The regular guests that were on it were interesting, at times amusing, but never boring. And Nancy Grace walked a very fine line between reporting on crime, being a mother, and being a former prosecutor. And I think that overall she did a terrific job in that, and many of us wish the show was still on the air. Well, when Hailey Dunn went missing shortly after Christmas, years ago, the following week, the producers had Billie Jean Dunn, the mother, on. And this is revelatory. She gave an account saying that her daughter went to a sleepover and apparently never made it, and that she was later on reported missing. It was interesting to note that after behavioral analysis, after she was reported missing, the mother went on to have a New Year's Eve party. And when you review any of the video or even just the transcripts of the different shows on Nancy Grace that Billie Jean Dunn appeared, you will find that at times Nancy Grace reveals herself and some of her anger, perhaps as a mother, as well as a prosecutor seeking justice, in her demeanor. But to her credit, she kept having Billie Jean Dunn back on. No matter how many times that Billie Jean lied, she was back on the show. So what we do with analysis is we look at a statement or an interview transcript and we let it dictate terms to us. We let it tell us what to believe. We let the words guide us. So Billie Jean Dunn had given an account of her daughter going over to a sleepover to a friend's house and apparently never making it. We later learned that she lifted this from an actual crime account. It was a fraud and a deception. But here's what we knew from the very beginning. This is from her first appearance on the Nancy Grace Show. After giving a recap of the account, or a recap of the account that was told to police about the sleepover party, Nancy Grace asked a very natural question, which I think revealed her own belief and neglect to start with. She said, "How far did the little girl have to go to get to the sleepover?" It's not a great question to ask in the beginning, but I think it reveals her own thinking as a mother. This is a natural mother's response. So Nancy Grace has the objective of obtaining information and holding an audience's attention, doing it live. And that takes remarkable talent, as well as a steady nerve. Billie Jean Dunn answered 4 or 5 blocks, which is a good answer. As a matter of fact, something this short tells you it's likely to be reliable. And indeed, the girl's house in which Billie Jean Dunn claimed Hailey went to was about that distance from the house. Okay? But at this point, a deceptive person has a need to persuade. She didn't let it go. She should have stopped, but she didn't let it go. And this is why defense attorneys keep their clients off TV. So 4 or 5 blocks is a good answer. Then she said she wasn't allowed to walk after dark by herself. She wasn't allowed to just go over to a sleepover without asking first. So she tells us in the negative what she wasn't allowed to do twice, and really without, and here would be the third time, which elevates the importance of what she's saying. And in conclusion is, I'm not a neglectful mother, I'm a good mother. We call this the good mother principle. She's concerned about herself, her image, and we often find this in mothers that have been accused formally or informally, of some form of child abuse and neglect. Now, we know also in hindsight that the case involved child pornography, bestiality, drug abuse, bloodlust, horror films, that sort of thing. And these two, Sean Atkins and Billie Jean Dunn, were doing these things together in the home where there's kids. So it makes sense, and we often get this even with mothers who are addicted and have their children removed in intake screening. They want to talk about what a great mother they are. So here Billie Jean Dunn wants us to know what a good mother she is. This is not to show concern for Hailey, the victim. Nancy Grace responds by saying, okay, tell me what happened, or tell us what happened. That's the best question to ask. This allows the subject to begin where the subject finds it most important, for the subject to choose his or her own words, and often gives us the most reliable information within a statement. And here's what Mom revealed. So what happened? Tell us what happened. And this is the quote. She went missing while I was at work. You'll notice Nancy didn't say, when did she go missing? Or, where were you when she went missing? Instead, she asked, what happened? And the priority statement for the mother is, I could not possibly be involved because I was at work. So I asked students, what are the two most important things that you just learned from the first moments of Billie Jean Dunn's appearance on the Nancy Grace Show? And it's very simple. My child is dead, and I need an alibi. Those are the two most important points she makes. Notice, the mother is able to reference her daughter in the past tense, as if the daughter is gone. The mother has already processed the death. To this, the behavioral analysis of not searching and having a party, a New Year's Eve party, and the consistency of her lies all attest to the truth of this. So she references her daughter in the past tense, and then her priority statement regarding what happened is that I was at work, so it couldn't have been me. From there, and again to the credit of the producers and of Nancy Grace, they had her back on over and over again. No matter how many times she told stories, how many times she was caught in her own stories, they had her back on again. She became the spokesman for the two, for Sean Atkins. And I don't doubt that Sean Atkins killed Hailey, but my assertion is, based upon the language and a lot of interviewing, because she spoke a lot, was that she had guilty knowledge of what happened. She helped conceal Sean Atkins. She failed her polygraph. And she lied to police about his whereabouts. She did what she had to do to protect him, because she was protecting herself. And now what she should be considering is that not only what do prosecutors know, but what will Sean Atkins' attorney seek to make a deal with information that may mitigate his sentencing. So this is an ongoing case. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if she'll be charged or not, but the analysis isn't something that's controversial. It's rather easy. Mother had guilty knowledge of her daughter's death, including the location of the body where it was found later on, to which her words and her behavior agree.